You guys, this is the episode where I literally have been putting it off for over a week. I am 1 hour and a half post face waxing, so this can be a bright, splotchy mess. I just can't. It's just gonna have to happen. Reality is reality. I'm vain enough to need to get all of the hair removed off of my face, but not too vain to not show all of you. Hi, welcome to the Suburban Stitcher podcast. My name is Diane. Today is May 16th, I'm almost positive, 2019. It's episode 170 something, which is crazy. And I'm so excited to be here with you today because I have 3 finished objects. What? It's been like 2.5 weeks since I recorded. I finished 3 things, and all of those things were finished a week ago. So in 1.5 weeks, I finished 3 projects. Let's talk about them right now. We're skipping announcements. There's nothing to announce. There's nothing to announce. We're skipping all of that. But I have finished my Soldotna. I literally just put it on top of what I was wearing, so it doesn't match, but I will stand up and show you. Oh, it doesn't look horrible. Okay, so this is Soldotna. It is cropped. As you can see, my belly button is here. This is here. The bottom of the girls are here. So it is literally just a hint past. But I would not necessarily wear it over this. But I will say it's not awful. I have worn it over a dress and it was perfect. The sleeves are definitely cropped. I don't have skinny arms. I don't care. They are what they are. I love the sweater. I knit this out of my yarn. And the colors that I used, let's come up a little bit closer. So this is Coal. This is Predictability, the light color that's also the main body color. The darker purple is called Jane. And the light color right in here is Oyster. And you can see that it has some little speckles here and there. I am so proud of this sweater. I loved knitting it. I'm looking at the camera. I keep looking at myself because I'm like, whoa, it looks amazing on the camera. So excited. I'm in Texas in the air conditioning. It's already 83 degrees outside at 10 a.m. And I'm not hot. Like, I'm comfortable. I would not have thought that a colorwork DK weight wool sweater. Now, will I be wearing it outside at 95 degrees in the middle of the day? No. But if I knew I was doing something inside and had a dress and needed like the warm layer to make sure that my my core was warm because the air conditioner gets blasted all the time here in Texas, yeah, I would be okay with this. So anyway, I'm excited about it. I used 1 skein of each color. I did not have to break into an extra skein for the black, even though my size, according to the pattern, says that you might need more, but I didn't have to use more. So for me, this was fine. I did all of the ribbing on a US 3, and she suggests knitting the body on a US 5. I went up to a 6 because I know that my color work tends to be a little bit tight, and I feel like it is great. I also did 2 less sets of short rows, so I do not have the big kind of standing up neck. Mine is still not as boat necked as hers in the pattern, but it is also not as tight as some people's. It is definitely up on my neck, but it's not, looking over here, yeah, it's not too bad. And I did her sample. She said she did 5 repeats of the little flea stitches. I did 5.5. 1 repeat is actually like this row and that row that's offset. And so I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of that, and then 5 of the other one. So it's 5.5. I just love cropped sweaters, you guys. I love them. They're so versatile for me and how I dress and how I, what I like to wear when I'm trying harder than the days that I'm only dyeing yarn. So I'm really super excited. I'm still really into sweaters. I'm still really excited about cropped sweaters. So I hope you are too. The second thing that I finished is another sweater, and I'm gonna do a little wardrobe change here. I'll cut it out. You won't see it, and through the magic of editing, I will just be right here in a new sweater right now. Okay, so the next thing that I finished, wow, this color is so on camera. The next thing that I finished is my Understated sweater by Joji Locatelli. And this is a DK weight V-neck boxy. It has this kind of ribbing accent on the top. Typical, very boxy drop sleeve. This sweater was featured in Interpretations 6. I had to think about that. The most recent one. She knit hers in black. I knit mine in my salted caramel colorway that is a little bit more green and a little bit more red really than the like true salted caramel. I'm gonna try to show you this one as well. I again actually took off about 3 inches off of this sweater. So let's untuck this shirt and you can see, this is my like thin part of my waist. This is where my Soldotna was hitting. So it's a good bit longer, but it's still 3 inches shorter than she calls for. Because of the way that this neckline hits, it sort of naturally pulls this up in the front and this down in the back, which I don't mind. A lot of you will remember I've talked a lot about kind of my sleeve woes. I was a test knitter for this pattern, and there was basically my issue at the very beginning was I picked the wrong size. I would normally knit a large. This is a medium. Now it's still plenty boxy, right? It's still very boxy, but I just feel like this part is too tight for me, for my size. This was the first sleeve, and I knit everything except for the second sleeve and blocked this so that I could see. It is still snug. I have blocked it out. I just feel very, I need to reknit this sleeve. I need to take out about 3 decreases. I did that on this one. I like this one a lot better. So yeah, this is going to be a great layer again over dresses, over tank tops that are more fitted with jeans that don't have like a weird long layer like this one does. But yeah, I'm really excited. I love the neckline. I think it's beautiful. Absolutely love the neckline. Love the shoulder details. I love the sort of natural high-low that this sweater wants to do. I love it. So this is Understated by Joji Locatelli, and it was in Interpretations 6. Now, I am going to change back into the other sweater by the magic of the editing. Back. The last thing that I finished, because remember I said I finished 3 projects, is I finished my night shift. big shawl. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Whew, the soak that I used for this. Oh, I missed one. I missed one end. How funny. Okay, so this is Nightshift. This is knit out of Spin Cycle Dream State, out of 6 colors that, do I have them somewhere where I could, nope. Do I? I did at some point. What did I do with those tags? I think I kept, maybe I didn't keep them. Doesn't matter. All of the colors are on my project page on Ravelry. It is quite a deep shawl. And I love it. And it is so cozy. It's so interesting, this particular pattern, because when you start it, you feel like, oh my gosh, the teal will never end. And then it also seems like there's just this bunch of red and then this huge, yeah, just, it feels like it's so, I don't know, like I felt like it was very Crayola. And then just the way that my colors fell with this gold at the end that I absolutely love. I love this section so much. Yeah, I just love it. I love that when you're wearing it, you kind of get the just a little hint of the blue and not a big, huge swath of it. I love it. The other thing that was so surprising to me in the best way is this yarn, as amazing as it was to knit with, it is even more amazing blocked. Like, it is so soft and yet so bouncy. It blocked out like, whew, like a dream. It's amazing. So I cannot say enough things about this. I got a message on Ravelry that I actually haven't even replied to yet because I saw it just before we recorded. And it was a question about weaving in my ends on the I-cord edge and kind of what I did and how I kept my edges neat, because there's a lot of like stop, slipping. I mean, if you've done I-cords before, then you know that there's a lot of like slipping the last 3 stitches or the first 3 stitches or all of that stuff. And how did I do that? And how do I keep the edges neat? I literally just did exactly what she said when she said it. If it said to cut in certain places, I did that. If it said to slip or whatever. And so this is the top edge, and I blocked the snot out of it. I made this edge as straight as possible. And so that gives me this really deep V down here. All my ends, I just wove in kind of right at the I-cord or a little bit past it, and I have no issues whatsoever. So I don't know that I did anything special. It just worked out. So Nightshift by Andrea Mowry, knit out of the recommended yarn, Spin Cycle Dream State, which was a splurge and amazing. And if I'm ever lucky enough to be able to spend the money on that again, I would do so without reservation, because it was absolutely a splurge yarn, but it was very, very nice and luxurious to knit with. So this will be a cherished shawl for sure. So those are my finished objects. Amazing. So I think that night or the next day, as soon as I finished my Nightshift, I cast on a new shawl with some yarn that I bought a little over a month ago. And it has been staring at me and staring at me, and I just couldn't resist any more. Of course, I am in the middle of a row. Oh, that's the worst. I am the worst. Okay. Seriously? That's really bad. Okay, so I'm knitting. Let's show you the picture. This is called Sereno Symphony by Stephen West. Yeah, nothing on here doesn't give anything away. So Sereno Symphony. There's the shawl. I think my battery is about to die. Seriously. Let's see if I can show you this first. So I'm knitting it with 2 skeins of Hedgehog Skinny Singles in the Taffy colorway, which is this one. You'll see that pink right here. And then I'm using 3 colors of Ching Fiber Melted Baby Surrey. The first one is Champagne, and it's kind of this buttery, champagne-y, peachy pink, buttery, creamy color. The second color of Surrey is what I'm using now. It's called Nassau. And the third color of Surrey that will be the next one that I introduce in the last color is called Honeycomb. That is it. And let's see if I can sort of show you. So here's the top. And then there's this brioche section right here where you have the taffy pink color on the top and the Surrey is the background color on that section. And then you do these little kind of short row wedges and make these big huge holes, which was such a trip. And now I'm doing this big wavy fluffy turquoise and pink clamshell section, and it's so fun and so unique, so different than anything else I have ever knit in my life. It's been a trip. Like I think I have one more repeat left on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, one more little section, stripey section on this, and then I get to go to the next section. So it's very potato chippy because you're changing yarns and textures very frequently. It's so much fun. So that is one work in progress for me. Okay, I'm back and we're going to talk about my last work in progress that is super exciting. And this has not had tons and tons and tons, but it's had enough progress since the last time I showed it, which is, I can't remember when. So this is my purse knitting stripey amazing sock. The yarn is Mustache yarn in the apple picking colorway. Right? Yes. Apple picking. Is that upside down? It's totally upside down. Apple picking colorway from Mustache, which is so fun. It's a big, wide, multi-tonal speckled gray stripe with these really awesome multicolored, thin, big chunk of colored stripes. And I have this super cute rainbow bagel stitch marker from Sucra Miniatures. And I'm knitting it on my signature sock needles, US size 1. This is the midi tip, or it's not the stiletto. It's not blunt. Maybe it is the blunt tip. It's whatever the least pointy is, because the way that I knit, especially socks, the stilettos would be very dangerous for me. So I use this and it works out perfectly. This was actually a short skein. They are 2 perfectly matched half skeins twisted together per her normal, but it's a short skein. It was only 79 grams total. So it was a great deal. It was $23.70 for this 79 gram skein that I picked up a couple of years ago at DFW. So this is one full skein, and this is what I have of the one that I'm working on right now. I think I'm gonna do a couple more stripes and then some ribbing, a couple more, like, I think that how do I say that? I think that I'm going to finish this colored stripe that I'm on, and then do gray color, Yeah. And then if that makes them super long, I mean, I think I have plenty of yarn. I'm almost positive. But I just want to use up as much of this as possible because I can, because they're fun self-striping socks, and I haven't knit stripy socks in a very long time, and I'm just enjoying these. This is out of a vintage Suburban Stitcher bag. I am no longer sewing bags. I get requests not infrequently for them, and I just don't have the time in my current business model to do that. I am so grateful to those that still have their bags and love them. This is one of my favorites. It was for the Rainbow Along a few years ago. Yeah, I absolutely love it. But there are so many amazing bag makers out there now, and I love supporting them too. So, and that's really it for active whips. I have like one shawl and one sock. This weekend, I am going to the Wool Slayers retreat in Wimberley, Texas. It is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's a marketplace that's open to the public on Saturday from 10 to 12 at the Wimberley Inn. And if you live in the Hill Country, San Antonio, Austin, New Braunfels, Seguin, Canyon Lake, general area, then please come out to the Wimberley Inn. I am bringing a few hundred skeins of yarn and some samples, and really we're just going to hang out and knit. And there are some other vendors there. So I'm really excited to get a chance to just relax and spend time with my knitty friends. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I do have a couple of things that I want to show you for Hello Lovelies this week. The first is I got some stitch markers. I have been, oh my gosh. Let's do stitch markers first. There's going to be crinkling. I'm very sorry. So I am slowly gathering items for the second collective. We had the Peach Collective that was in January, and we have another collective that is going to be happening. I was aiming for May, but it will probably be June. And I'm very excited about it. I'm very, very excited. It might even be July. I need to take a look at the calendar and figure out when realistically, in between all of the shows that I'm traveling and vending for, plus family vacations and tournaments and things like that, when I can actually dye yarn. So I don't want to overcommit myself and stress myself out, especially in the summer when my kids are home. But it will be sometime in the next couple of months. And so I will spoil that I have worked with Simply Serving, Lindsay over at Simply Serving, to make an amazing stitch marker for our theme for this year, which I will not reveal the theme yet. That's still secret. But she knew that I was just enamored with her like galaxy clay that she's been making, and she sent me two of the cutest stitch markers, and I just have to show them off. So this is not the theme. There are two that are themed, but this is not the theme. So just, I want to get that out there. So this first one, ooh, that may not, because of the bag. Oh yeah, there you can see it. It's a little donut with galaxy frosting and a little baby astronaut on there. Can you see that? And then the second one is a galaxy cookie star with an alien face. Oh my gosh, I am dying. I love it. So thank you so much for that. I also am a member of the Gnome Knitter Fairy Tale Cupcake Charm Club, which feels like the most ridiculous sentence ever, except for that it's the most awesome sentence ever. And it's a surprise. You do not know which fairy tale charm you are getting. And I just joined in May. Was my first, I guess that was May or April. Whatever. I don't know what month was what. But the first one that I was in is this one. It may have happened long before this and I'm just jumping in, but anyway. And it's Ariel, the Little Mermaid. So green glitter cupcake liner with a shell bra and red icing and a little bitty like starfish or something up there at the top. It's so cute. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. Like, love. One of my very earliest childhood Disney memories is my sister and I like losing our minds watching The Little Mermaid over and over and over and over again. I feel like that was the beginning of this new era of Disney princesses. New being in the last 25 years. I don't know. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like the modern Disney princess, kind of that's when it started, I feel like. I'm sure you will let me know if I'm wrong. But all of that to say, I thought, oh my gosh, I know the perfect yarn because I love a good knitting theme. And Desert Vista Dye Works, who you know I have a special place in my heart for. I still own so much Desert Vista yarn and have knit so many pairs of socks out of her yarn. And it has been, I didn't realize it had been over a year, maybe almost 2, since I purchased yarn from her. So long that she's changed her logo, which just makes me smile. But she has a Disney princess, like I love the zombie series with the little zombie stripes. And she had a Disney princess zombie series. And she had an Ariel skein. It's called Little Mer Zombody. And I bought it to go with my cute little mermaid princess stitch marker. And that's probably going to have to happen pretty soon, that I will cast these on, because I just think that that's perfectly summer. And this needs to be a fun little summer project. So that happened. Oh, and I had sitting in my account with Desert Vista, because she does a rewards program because she's amazing. I had a $10 gift certificate waiting there. So I got the yarn for a steal of a deal with shipping and the pricing and the discount. And I am so excited to have this. I'm even more excited to figure out what next month is, because then I'm probably going to end up buying a second skein. And the fact that that means that I will have more Desert Vista Dye Works yarn to knit up, it makes me so happy. Okay, so I was part of a exciting, amazing collaboration that was the brainchild of Cece Allman of Java Pearl Designs. She is an amazing sock designer and wrap and shawl designer. She works with her daughter, Dammy, and they have a podcast and do amazing, amazing fun work. They have been podcasting virtually every week, almost without fail, for so many years I can't even count. Like, it's amazing. I am in awe of that alone. But she did a My Favorite Murder club. It's not really a club. It was just a collaboration. My Favorite Murder collaboration. It's a mystery design that will, I think it releases next week. Almost positive. But I designed the yarn. I dyed the yarn for it. And then there were some other little goodies that went with it. She designed the pattern. And so I already had the yarn and I have the pattern, and I said, well, I'm going to need the other pieces that were in this kit because it sounds amazing. So she worked with, and I'm not going to remember the name. because I'm absolutely the worst. But it was this cute t-shirt that she had made. A Murderino shirt. I also want to say that none of these items are available any longer. I know that I feel kind of bad showing this off because it truly is such an amazing collaboration. A, it's knitting. B, it's like my true crime hobby that I love, that I'm listening to all their episodes and all the true crime podcasts and all the things while I'm dyeing yarn. And so I felt like it just joined my world together. It was amazing. But I'm showing it to you because I want to make you feel like the next time she has something that you've got to jump in, because she did such an amazing job of curating artists for this collaboration. So the fun t-shirt, the Murderino, definition of a Murderino, and this is better. Like, I like this item more than my yarn. I think this is absolutely the piece de resistance of this thing. She worked with Ann Tudor, who makes gorgeous handmade glass stitch markers. She's known for making animals, and she's the one that makes like the glass animal butts and all those. She made 2 stitch markers, a Siamese cat, Elvis, and a cookie. Because, Elvis, you want a cookie? I mean, can you even? I love these so much. I can't stand it. I love it. I love it so much. So, my glass stitch markers, my t-shirt, amazing. I also was so lucky to get in on the first ever update of Hohi & Co., which is just amazing. I got one of her gorgeous leather project bags. It's suede and beautiful, like tanned leather, the gorgeous stamped logo. Oh my gosh. You know that I'm a fan of quite literally everything that Hohi does. I'm so blessed to count her as a friend of mine, a real life friend. This little strap goes like this to be able to hang it. And then if you don't need it to hang and you just want it to be a clutch, you go back over here and put these back on here, which I think is quite possibly the most brilliant, classy thing I have ever seen. Metal zippers, beautifully lined with pockets and the little stitch marker holder that Elvis and this cookie might go on soon. I just love it. It's perfect for a sock project. I probably would not put a shawl in here. I think it would be a little bit too tight. I would be concerned. But perfect for, like, I'm going out to dinner and I need my wallet and a phone and my key and my sock project. Like, it's perfect. It's beautiful and classy. And I don't think anyone would look at this and go, oh, a knitting bag. Golly. Like, I think it would just be seen as a beautiful bag that also is a knitting bag. So I love it so much. And if you are fortunate enough to be able to grab one of these, then you absolutely should. And the last thing that I want to show off is the amazing Amanda over at Crafty Jackalope in Vancouver. She designs the most fun, current, stylish things. She is the amazing brainchild behind that glittery, fun hat that's called the Magpie Darling hat. She's made 87,000 of them with every conceivable color combination imaginable. And she designed this sweater that's called the Grandes Manches pullover. I'm assuming that's how you say it. So this is her. She is the cutest, but look at that. Look at those big puff sleeves. I just can't even. So it is an alpaca. Let's see. Brushed alpaca. Well, how about I look at the actual yarn? So I bought a kit for this, all of this to say, and she packages it in this amazingly cute drawstring bag. The yarn that she uses is Diamond Luxury Chickpaca, and it's 71% superfine alpaca, brushed alpaca, 25% merino wool, 4% nylon. It is so soft. Like, I did not think that I could wear alpaca, and maybe I'm just becoming less of a princess, and as I knit more, I'm able to tolerate more textures. I don't know what it is, but like, it doesn't bother me anymore. So I love that it has like that black core in there. I just think that's really neat. So this is the yarn. And then of course, because it's Amanda, I'm holding it with glitter, because if I'm gonna wear a big fluffy alpaca bell sleeve sweater in Texas, then it's gonna have glitter in it. So this is the gold glitter that has the rainbow sequins. And I mean, honestly, I want to cast this on today. Maybe I will cast this on for my retreat this weekend. I'm going to be sitting in air conditioning. Why not knit an alpaca sweater? And it's knit on like size 15 needles, I think. Something enormous. 11s. Might as well be 15s. I mean, amazing. So I'm really excited about that. The other thing that's very cool is that she does free shipping to the US, and if you just bought the yarn, like for my size, I'm knitting the largest size, and for my size it was 5 balls of this yarn, and if I had not purchased the glitter, just this with free shipping, it was $65. Which is amazingly reasonable. And then I added the glitter, and so that added $20. So shipped to the US, it was like, I think it was right at like $75 or $80. I am so excited. So excited by this. And I love that it comes, like it's in a project bag. It's ready to go. It's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk shop update news. Okay, shop update news, and by shop update, I just mean things that are happening in Suburban Stitcher land, because I'm sure that it's a broken record right now, you guys, and I'm so sorry, but there is stock in the shop. There is yarn to be had. I'm looking at a shelf full of yarn. There's lots of predictability. There's single ply Neptune. There's lots of sock yarn. Lots of glitter sock, bulky weight, mohair, lots of DK, lots of sport. So keep your eyes peeled. Oh, and there's a lot of sock yarn that would be perfect if you're not a big lover of single ply yarn and you want to knit that Curious Handmade shawl that it came out today. Then you need to check out the sock yarn. But speaking of the Curious Handmade shawl, I have kits going up. The last major shop update not to say that I won't have this yarn again. I will have this yarn again, and I may very well, depending on demand today, I may do a pre-order for it, but I will have my last big ready to ship update for Sea Smoke, which is the color that is used in the shawl by Helen of Curious Handmade. This is the color that's used in the first shawl of the Shawl Society that released today. Her shawl is called Sea something. Dang it. I gotta look it up right now because that's ridiculous. Sea Gleam. Sea Gleam. So Sea Smoke is the yarn color. Sea Gleam is the shawl. And let's see if I can get this picture to show up. It uses 2 skeins. Yep, there you go. So it's this beautiful, lots of eyelets. There we go. Yeah, lots of eyelets, big, oversized. It would be beautiful wrapped around, you know, bandana style, or wrapped around wearing it traditionally as she's wearing it. It's just a gorgeous neutral shawl, perfect for going into spring and summer. The speckles on these are some of my favorite that I've done. They're mostly blue. They're mostly this slate blue color, but then every once in a while, I'm gonna find one that does it really well. Every once in a while, you get, this one is a good example. And they don't all do this, but some do, and it's like an extra little bonus when it does it. You see how sometimes you get this little turquoise and you get this like green color. Sometimes you even get red. I just love it. It's this one dye that does like little parties. There's a green. It's like a, you can't see it, but that's green right there. It's not showing up on the camera. But it's so fun. Like there's a green section, the yellow speckle mixed with the blue, and it made this, I just love it. It is so beautiful. If I do say so myself, that's a little pat pat toot toot, but I can't help it. I love it. So that will be the last big update tonight. May 16th, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Central Daylight Time. We are in daylight savings. Daylight time, 6 p.m., which hopefully, I know that's not as internationally friendly, but the first 2 updates that I had were international friendly, and I had many international orders. Thank you so much. But this is a good North and South America update time. And also Australian. They will be ready to ship. All the yarn is dyed and actually drying as we speak, and they will ship on Monday. I'm going out of town Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today's Thursday, so it will ship on Monday and get to you ASAP. I think that is it for major events. The retreat this weekend is my last big event in May, and then I have a fun shawl release that is coming out next week that I will get to talk to you about a lot on Instagram if I don't podcast between now and then. So make sure to be watching Instagram for sure for information about that. That's a fun collaboration. And then I also don't have any other major events until Zombie Knitpocalypse in Rochester, Minnesota in June. So, yay, all the things. I hope you have a great week, a relaxing weekend. I hope all the mothers or people who have mothers or at one time had a mother. If you are alive, there was a woman responsible for you being here. And so I hope that you either had time to celebrate yourself or celebrate that life that brought you into the world, or the life that raised you. And I wish you all the knitting and all the fun. Until I see you next time. Bye, y'all.